Really? Good evening, and thank you, Drew, so much for joining us. What a privilege. We miss you in the Eastern Cape, by the way, London. But it's wonderful to have you. Us, the Ospreys, are trying to get a deeper in thought of the TNL app. We sort of touched on it the other day. Kim has tried her best to teach us, but we want to know the deeper things of TNL and how to use it as a layperson like myself that's not very techno savvy. So if you can come down to our level, that will be awesome. And welcome everybody. It's wonderful to see such a lovely turnout tonight. That's a very good plus for us Ospreys. So thank you, Drew. I'm going to hand over the floor to you and try your best to teach us. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. And Debs, thank you. And John, thanks for inviting me to join your wonderful team this evening. And I'll give it my best shot. Let's give this my best shot. And so I will keep it, you know, the TNL app it's like a rabbit hole. It goes quite into detail, and you can either just use it to share things, or and there's a lot of other uses that it has, or not uses, a lot of other functionalities that it has. Then you got it's available on your cell phone. It's available on your back office on the desktop version. But I think tonight let's just focus on the cell phone version of it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And then
cool.
Out of interest, has anybody ever watched the training video on the TNL app?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. And I challenged everyone to watch it this week.
Okay, good. So you're coming in hot. That's cool. Okay, so I'll try and do a practical explanation here, and then I think go away over the next week or two and use it as much as you possibly can. And that's where I learned everything. I watched the video right in the beginning. I haven't watched a video for a long time, but right in the beginning, and it gave me the surface level of how to use it. And then once I started using it, it was kind of point and shoot, and I kind of picked it up as I went. I followed my nose, so to speak. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and not that. Can you can't see my phone screen, can you? Oh, here we are. How's that? Can you see that?
Yes, perfect. There it is.
Yes.
Okay, so we go into the TNL app, and there we have it. Okay, so shall we just start off with sharing something, right? And so we'll start from the very beginning. We have what you see. Okay, out of interest, if I move my mouse, can you see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I'll point out stuff with my mouse. So what we have here, these are what we call our media assets, and it goes in order from your favorites to images to PDFs, magazine articles, audio, training videos, my media, which I'll talk about in a little bit, immune health videos. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff. And for me personally, I look at that page and I get confused, and I don't know where to go from here. So you've got a number of options. The first one is, you see that little toggle button in the top right hand corner. You can click that if you want. Okay, and you can turn off some of these things. You might not use any of the magazine articles. You might not use any of the audio. You might not use any of the My Tool options or immune health options. And click done. And then it basically thins out the options available to you. Okay, that's just one of the tools. But personally, I do keep them all on because I want to make sure I've got everything available to me. And now I use the search function a lot. The search function is probably one of the most useful things. So if I have a chat to somebody about carotenoid complex, instead of me going through and scrolling through all the resources and seeing all and hopefully stumbling across something that might be useful to me, in the search button, I will type carotenoid. Okay. And now you see what happens. All the images that are available for carotenoid complex, all the PDFs that are available that contain carotenoid complex information, all the videos that are available. The same, I could do something for immunity.
Something already.
Okay, and so now it just breaks it down and it's more specific. And you can go how deep you want to on this. Weight loss or protein, or you could go to CoQ10. Okay, so the search function for me is just a lifesaver, and it helps you identify what you want to send. Now, let's say you use the product, you send out the product catalog quite a lot. So I'm just going to type in here, catalog. Okay, I'm just going to unfavorite that for a second and give you an example. So I send out the product catalog quite a lot. So what you can do is every time you go onto a resource, can you see the little favorite button there?
Yes.
And so what you find is, we all have our go-to products. Might have a handful of products that are the products that we talk about the most or sell the most and send out the most information on. So by clicking that little favorite button, I'll go back to our resource, our asset page, and you can see my favorites. And now you can see product catalog is in my favorite. The carotenoid complex fast facts, it's in my favorite. The CoQ10 brochure is in my favorite. The weight management guide is in my favorites. And so you can build up a little database of things that you use a lot so they are easy to access. Okay, so that is just trying to manage what media assets are available to you. Now let's take it to the next step and let's go out and send a media asset. So I'm going to send this CoQ10 brochure to myself. And I'm going to send it to myself so we can see the process that happens. And so we have a number of options here that we can use to send out this, this flyer. We can email, we can SMS, or we can use social media platforms such as WhatsApp or Facebook. And I'll give you an example of it just now. Or we can just copy it. And I'll run through a few of these options. So let's go for the first one, which is email. So I want to email it, and I'm going to email it to myself. So Drew McDermott. Okay, and there you go. It composes the email for me. Subject CoQ10 brochure. Now this is very editable. So here is what has decided is a basically a standard image, a standard copy or text that people could use. But I say, okay, well, I want to add a little bit more, and I'm going to say, hey, Drew. Drew, as promised, this will change your life. Whatever, okay? And I could take out some of this information if I wanted to, but I'm going to leave it like that. And what you can see here is this is the link that will take them to the resource. Okay, so never remove this link because that is the link that will take them to the resource. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send the email. Now let's just watch my screen. Successfully sent to Drew McDermott. Okay, so I've been notified that it's been sent, okay. Now I'm just going to go to my email as if I was the prospect. And let's have a look. Okay, CoQ10 brochure has been received. So I'm going to click on that from the guy that sent it to me. Hi, Drew. Okay, so there we are. I have the email. Now let's just go back for a second to our app. And I'm going to click on the bottom here, which is newsfeed, which is feed. And here you can see sent PDF CoQ10 brochure to Drew McDermott at 7:42. Okay, so it's giving me a running commentary. Now let's just go back to my emails, and I'm actually going to click on this link now so I can check out the brochure that's been sent to me. And what this does, it takes me to Drew McDermott's TNL web app, basically. And I have a number of options here. I can download the PDF, okay, which I'm going to do. Okay, and now I can view the PDF. Now let's just go back to the cell phone, the TNL app for a moment, and click on this. And now it's told me in my feeds, number one, I sent that to Drew McDermott. Number two, Drew McDermott viewed the PDF at 19:43. Okay. Now let's just go back to the email that I sent. So I downloaded the PDF. Now let's say I want to actually buy it, and I click on shop. It takes me directly to my replicating site where I can go ahead and I can purchase their product. Okay, unfortunately, it won't take you to that exact page, the CoQ10 page. It just takes me to the to Drew's replicating site. Okay, now let's just go back to the app again and have a look at the next message. It tells me, Drew, click link to order. Okay, so it tells me that Drew actually is interested in buying. So not only did I view the brochure, it tells me that I went through to the website to take a look at purchasing it. And so it just helps you. I can now follow up. I can say, okay, I see you went through to the website. Did you see the price? Were you able to make your purchase? Any questions around that?
If you've got questions, please just unmute yourself.
That's
I
all
think most people are
straightforward.
muted.
All straightforward. Okay. So what I've just tried to,
Sorry.
you got a question?
Good. Yeah. Oh, let's see. I have a challenge with my camera.
Sorry, Drew. Everything on this pertains to products only. So if I've got a brand new prospect and I've been chatting and I want to send them some business stuff, is there any way that I can feed in on a business thing for a new person rather than just products?
That's a good question. So, so let's have a look at what is available. So we do have a number of business type things available, PDFs.
So we don't want to spam them, but we want to give them a bit of a...
So if we go down to videos here, opportunity, we do have some business things, but if you would like us to add certain videos that might be in that might be on our YouTube channel that aren't on here, let me know and I can get them added to this. What we don't want to do is we don't want to add all our videos onto here because then we'll have too many assets and it's just going to be too confusing. But if there is something that you specifically want, then we can get it added if it's quite generic. But let's hold that thought for a second, John. It's a great question. And I'm going to show you something else in a moment.
Now carry on, Drew. Thank you.
because that is a good question. So we do have business things, but there might be something more specific that you want. Then let us know. Yeah, okay, so those are the business tools that we actually have. Let's have a look quickly at sending something via another channel. So let's say carotenoid complex. You can SMS it. I won't show you, it's the same process, but just happens via SMS, very similar to email. Or you can copy the link. And so how would you copy the link? You just click that button, and then all it's done is it's copied the link to your clipboard. And then you could actually go to WhatsApp, and here I could send to Debbie that link. And boom, there we are. I'm sending Debbie directly to the carotenoid complex phosphax. And let's just click on that and see where that takes us. It will take you through to my TNL app, where you now have the opportunity to download that phosphax, request more info, shop, or actually sign up and save.
That's come
Okay,
through.
so that come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well done.
now, what's good to know on what's interesting to know when we send things on WhatsApp, we go back to the feed, you'll see nothing is updated on the feed. Okay, so when we send via WhatsApp, the WhatsApp application will not talk back to TNL and give it information that it's received something, that Debbie's opened it. We don't get that information on WhatsApp, but it is actually okay. It's not too much of a problem, because if we go back to WhatsApp, I can see if Debbie's read it or not with the double tick. Or you don't make your ticks blue. So I can see if it's been received. You know, WhatsApp does give you that visibility.
You better tell us how to make that tick blue.
I don't know.
It's a
don't
read
know.
receipt, Debbie.
It's a read receipt.
Sorry?
It's
So
a
it's a
read
read
receipt in your
Okay.
WhatsApp settings.
Okay, thank you.
Is this, are we able to send this on Telegram as well? Just as a,
Let's have a look. That's a good question.
I
That is
haven't
a
tried
great
it yet.
question. Okay, so I haven't tried it either. So let's go back to TNL app. Boom. Okay, so there we go. Tools. Let's go to the weight management guide and go to social media, which is at the bottom there. Okay, so social media, this is slightly different. You get an opportunity to write a message. Why does Near Life do this? Why do we do this? Because if we put a default message on for CoQ10 or weight management, and people were sharing it to Instagram, Facebook, the social media platforms will pick up that the message is a default message if it gets sent out many times by different people with the same message, and it will get flagged as spam. So that's why we are given the opportunity here to be a little bit creative and say, hey, Debs, I got some good info for you. Okay, whatever. And then you copy it. Top right corner, you make sure you copy it. And all that does is it copies your message to your clipboard. And now it gives you the opportunity to choose how you want to send it. Okay, via message, mail, Facebook, WhatsApp.
There we are. There's
Was it
Telegram.
there? Was it there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Telegram.
One back there.
There it is.
Yeah, okay, I got it, but I never use Telegram. So I'm trying to figure out who I can send to.
again, your search button in the top left-hand side, that little magnifying glass.
Okay.
You can search a name there. There you
There
go.
you are. Thank you. And then add comment. I'm just going to paste in my message. And I'm going to call Sean Debs. And then I'm going to go send. Okay, so this is a good little test, Sean. I'll be interested to see what happens your side.
Got it.
You got it.
Yes.
Yeah, well done.
Let me open it
Fantastic.
and click on it.
You could hear the delivery sound.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, Sean, do me a favor. So, like WhatsApp, Telegram doesn't feed back into our feed here.
Mhm.
But if you click on shop or
Yes.
sign up and save, I'd like to see if that sends me a message.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do the sign up and save. Taking a little bit of time, but it's there. Okay, got it. So the market is a default United States. I can change that to South Africa.
Okay. So that actually, like WhatsApp, it doesn't feed back and tell me that you visited the page. That only happens on email and SMS.
Yeah, but you should
Okay,
have a
so
little green tick or something like that to say that I've received the message and opened it.
in
On
Telegram.
Telegram. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's perfect. So like WhatsApp, I'll be able to visibly see that you've opened it and
Yes.
follow up and say, hey, I see it's been delivered. You've received the information. What did you like best?
Correct.
So that's okay. So now one other thing, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to get to a video. Let's go to are you hooked yet? Okay, so this little video, I'm going to email it to myself. And this is what I love about the videos. Okay. Sent to me. And we can see that, are you hooked yet? Sent video, are you hooked yet to Drew McDermott at 7:55. Drew McDermott is going to go to his emails and see what he's received. Oh, look, I've got it. Are you hooked yet? Up at the top there. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click on the video. Okay, I was watching this video earlier, so that's saved it. Okay, so I watched just over 10 seconds of that video, and I'm going to go back to, there we are, and see that it says, watch video, are you hooked yet? Email 30% watched. So it tells me how much of the video I actually watched. So I could phone my prospect and say, hey, I see you picked up the video, you only watched 30% of it. Was there a problem, or what value did you get out of it? So you get good visibility here. Okay, so before I get back to John's question, Sean reminded me of something. In the bottom right-hand corner is a little button called More. And if I click on that, now I'm doing mine on iOS, on iPhone. So Android might be slightly different here and there, where the buttons might be in a different spot, but it's you'll get it. And I'm going to click on Settings. And here you can see my market and language is South Africa. Now let's say I've got a prospect in the USA and I want to send them a product that we don't have in South Africa. I click on that little flag and I can select my market. And this will give you all the markets that are using the TNL app. And so I'm going to say, well, USA, do I want to use Spanish or English? I'm going to select English. Okay, and that's saved. And now I can click done, go back to my tools, and you'll see you have a different look and feel with American products. And I might say, okay, I want to send vegan protein. Now you won't find vegan protein on the South African site. And here it is. We got the American media assets. Okay, and let's go opportunity. I'll be interested to see. Oh, they actually have a near-life business opportunity presentation, which I'm going to send to me because I'm actually quite interested to see which one it is. I'll just email it to myself.
Send it to me.
Send it to Debbie.
Okay, I'll send it to Debbie too.
Well, we've got homework, so we have to find it.
You can preview that as well if you need to.
Yeah. Okay, so to preview it, you can just hit the little button on the. Okay, I know which one it is. We have the same one on our site, but the South African version of that. Okay, so that's how you can change your market. Just get back to you.
John, can I just give you a quick question?
Yes.
Some information that's, say, on the American lot, can you import that and use it for the South African lot?
Do
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I don't really think so, but you can send it from the American side to somebody local.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah, so John, there's no need to import it into the South African site. Just change your location, and then you have all the assets. Okay, so what we have, if we scroll down, you'll see something called My Media. Okay, and My Media is add your own media, upload personalized content to share with prospects. So now you might do an opportunity presentation Zoom, which is recorded. Or this call could be recorded, or something you record, or you might take a video of you giving your 2-minute story, and you can now add this to your media assets. Does that make sense to everybody? Is that clear?
Yeah.
John, you're looking confused.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is where it becomes very powerful, because the company can add our default presentations, but they are very standard. But you might have a little short story that you use for your prospects, which is basically opens the door. And then you might have a standard opportunity presentation, the way you draw the circles, explain the business, and it's recorded. And now they're interested. Now they want to know, how do they make money? And you don't use a buy one pro vitality sell 6 method. And so you use your own method. And now you can have your own presentation that can be recorded and part of your TNL app. And you can share it as and when you need to. So what does that look like? You click on this add media button, and you can select a video. Okay, now you can either just record yourself. I could record myself doing a quick 2-minute story, or I could upload a file. Okay. So I could upload a file. So all those dances, I've been sent a whole bunch of videos from, we got a couple of people doing a site inspection at our next world team venue at the moment. So I don't want to give it away with the dancers. So pretend you saw nothing. Here the videos are that are on my phone right now. And let's say, here we are. We had a fantastic home care demonstration training at one of our events in Joburg on Saturday. and I want to use that training to send out. So I'm going to basically upload that as my thumbnail. Enter title, home care. And click next. Okay, and I'll save that. And now that is part of my tools. So I can send that video out as I would with other media assets. This is a game changer, and it's a recent-ish update on this app, but it is a real game changer because the company has tools and things that we can use, but you guys will really understand this from an Eagle team perspective. You know, the tools that you've created and developed as a team are probably the ones you use the most because they're very specific to your needs. You know, and that might be, you might want to add your cost comparison to your site if you use that home care cost comparison a lot. Right? So to do that, you would click the plus tools, and then you would upload a PDF button there and upload that PDF. And now you can send that as you would other TNL tools.
Wow.
All clear?
Yes.
Very nice.
Very good.
Time is running short, so just be aware of that.
Okay, fantastic. So that's sending stuff. Yeah, I've covered pretty much what I wanted to cover. And then I just thought, are there any specific questions that we need to dive into?
As you
Definitely a
said
tool.
earlier, I think it's just a matter of playing around and
Yeah,
learning it.
it is a matter of playing around. You know, it really is a matter of playing around, following your nose, and you will uncover a whole lot of other things that we haven't spoken about tonight. But the main thing is the purpose of this app is to prospect other people, to share information, to help you share your product, to help you share your opportunity. And so that is a key functionality, is being able to share something with somebody and follow up with them effectively.
That's fantastic.
That's
Thank you so
fantastic,
much,
Drew.
Drew.
It's much clearer. We've never used it because we never understood it. And then when we looked at Bianca's talk on how it's done, it made clearer sense, but this sort of fall in the gap style.
Yeah, very good. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Get using it, and it's going to become crystal clear. And we really do
I
see.
use it a lot. It helps.
Did you? You do, and see, use it a lot.
So, Sean, okay, I'll chat to you later.
Yes.
Okay.
Drew,
Yeah.
A lot.
I see that, and you show up in our stats as somebody who uses it a lot. Actually,
sorry, Drew, when I uploaded the app, I synchronized my contact list. How do I delete the people I don't want on there? Or should I have just done one at a time?
that is a good question. Sean,
I
let me
prefer
know.
Make them your cold,
You can
make them your
edit
cold
them.
contacts.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can make them my cold contacts, but I don't want them there. I mean, I've got Charlie Bolton there. I don't particularly want to send him a message.
Yeah. Okay. So, Debs, I think. Have you watched that syncing video? It might tell you how to unsync.
the easiest would be just to mark them a cold contact, and then if you're dealing with anybody, you deal with your hot contacts only,
Okay.
Yes, that's what I do.
because then you won't
Yeah.
accidentally send to anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah.
want all my contacts on there.
That's probably, Debs, I'll play around with it. And looking at it now, I can't see, it's not obvious how to unsync a contact. But if I do find a way, I'll let you know. But I think that solution that Sean has given is make them
Yeah,
cold,
I'll
and
do
they're going
that
to stay out your way.
It's just that there's so many. I've got stacks on there.
Yeah, because if you slide left, it comes up as cold. If you slide right, they come up as hot.
Yeah.
I figured that one out, Sean, believe it or not.
Good.
from the training that we completed. I've watched that training thing 3 times since last week, since Jenny shared her lot. Yeah. Thanks very much, Drew.
Drew, we
That's
appreciate
fantastic.
your time and effort.
Pleasure, guys. We'll get out
Thank
there
you
and
very
share the craziness out of this, and it will benefit your business. I have no doubt about that.
Definitely.
And
Thanks,
you are a
Drew.
wonderful team. You know that.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
You really are.
Thanks so much, Drew.
Okay,
Good
Jen,
night.
we got to
Thanks,
see you down
Drew.
in the Eastern Cape some point, man. It's been too long.
Awesome. Looking forward to that.
All right, guys. Lots of love.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.